What is up, you guys? Anthony Davis here. Finally, I've gotten catched up to my last review for Power Rangers Super Megaforce up until I get to the next review for Silver Lining Episode 7. Okay, this episode I actually did like more than I like some of the other episodes, but this one I like the most because, like I said in the last review, that Jaden, he didn't. I actually didn't mention this. He actually didn't do much in that episode, but just talked to them for a few seconds, and that was it. And hand him the disc. Not much. But here we actually get a tribute, and the ranger that was tributed did a lot more. He contributed more. Taught actually taught someone not actually taught someone something, and it actually applied to an extent, of course. Let's see. So we start off with the Power Rangers there at the zoo for some reason. I don't know why. Field trip, just going out to see animals just for today for some reason, just because. And they go to this tiger exhibit, right? And they see a guy, the zookeeper there. He's just cleaning the tiger pen and stuff. And the tiger's like no less than like 5 or 6 feet away from the guy. And the Rangers are looking, and they're like, oh my god, like he's so close to the tiger, and oh my god, it's crazy, he's not scared at all. And tiger, because I mean, it depends. Not all tigers are just gonna like attack out of the blue, just because the zookeeper's there. It had to be provoked in some manner. So it's like, as long as you don't mess with the tiger, you should be good. Just don't look at them. Just do your job, and just and don't run, because you try to run, then they'll want to chase you, and thus you get fucked. Anyway, what ends up happening is that they're being called for the monster attack. This is actually funny. What ends up happening is that they actually do fight a monster that actually has the same name as his Sentai counterpart from the same episode, and it's like, that's crazy. Even Becker had a hard time pronouncing it and stuff. Anyway, so the Rangers fight. Uh, Jake and Emma are actually lacking for some apparent reason, because Sentai footage, I guess. Anyway, so the other Rangers fight, and actually, matter of fact, before that happens, they all lose their weapons because the monster has magnetic shoulders, which are like giant arms on his hand like this, and they take away the magnets, take away their weapons thanks to the magnets he has, and they're like, don't lose your weapons, guys, and don't lose your weapons, blah blah blah. This is when I'll get to Troy in a second about the whole weapons thing. So the rest of the three Rangers, Gia, Noah, and Troy, they use the Wild Force powers, and they drive away the monster till when he escapes and stuff. And of course, that Jake and Emma are like, they're just talking about stuff or whatever. And what ends up happening is that a little bit. In fact, I didn't mention this before. A little bit of character development just happened, but thanks to freaking just, I don't know what's up with this season, but they just don't like giving character moments. I mean, it was okay for Noah to have character moments in his episode, but yet Jake and Emma can have theirs when it comes to like just talking. You know what I mean? It has to be some kind of like action, or them fighting with somebody. It doesn't make sense. So Jake basically tries to talk to Emma, saying that, well, I like, G is strong, she's this and that, she's smart and all that. You're a friend. You know her. You've been this girl's bitch for like ever. You know what I'm saying? That's how my version of the saying. So you got it. So you know more dirt about her than I do. Like, what's the deal? Does she like me? Does she think me as a friend? I mean, what's up? Just as she's about to answer, she's like, oh, that's the guy from the zoo. I'm like, bitch, I just asked, that's my fucking question. Damn. Anyway, so that happens, and they meet Casey, the Red Jungle Fever Red Ranger. And they ask, well, could you train us or whatever? And seeing all about animals and stuff, and I started to your class, and we want to learn. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll teach you or whatever. Matter of fact, they see his symbol on the back while after he left for his shift, I guess. And meanwhile, Gia and Noah, they're actually like, well, Noah per se. Noah was sleeping in the computer lab all night, and I'm like, how do you sleep in a how does anyone how let anybody, like a student no less, stay in a you know computer lab that long in a school? I mean, wouldn't his parents freak out, or wouldn't it, like, when the principal or somebody would have said, hey, like, you need to get out of the computer lab, it's too late, go home or something? I mean, a janitor, anything? No? Okay. And he's still looking up, trying to find different ways, like different weapons that can counteract the magnetic power of this new monster. And Gia feels the same way too. But then Troy is being such a dick in this fucking episode. He's like, oh, we just won't let go of weapons this time. I'm like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. You fought without weapons before. I mean, honestly, why are you being a dick about them not losing weapons all of a sudden? It's like, it's like that fucking song Frozen, they're saying let it go, and he's like, bitch, don't you dare let that shit go. Hold your fucking weapon until I say so. And I'm just like, it's good for Troy to have some kind of attitude, for him to be, a dick. But over weapons, though, like, it could have been something more, like, they could have fought better, or, I don't know, it's like he should have been a stern leader instead of just being a dick douche leader. You know what I mean? Like, he should have been like, okay, we gotta work on our tactics better, and blah blah blah. We'll do this way, and we'll just do this instead of, I mean, it just could have done something a little different. That's all I'm saying. I'm playing my arms a lot because that's how I explain things a lot. So anyway, what ends up happening is that Jake and Emma, they're training with Casey. Casey tells them that, Jake, you're the spirit of the snake, Emma, you're the spirit of the phoenix, and, basically obvious stuff we already know, because that's the result from last season, because a submarine and a race car aren't really animals, just saying. Anyway, so they start using their, start having, their animal spirit energy comes out of them or whatever while they're training, and he's actually taught them how to not fight without weapons and stuff. That's what the whole purpose of the training was, to fight without weapons. And then apparently Casey knew they were Rangers the whole time, especially with something happening with Jaden and stuff, and how they didn't really know that Casey was Jungle Fever Red Ranger. And what's up happening is that the alarm goes on off the morpher. They go and they fight the new monster and stuff. And what's happening is that they took Troy's advice and they let go of weapons, and it worked apparently with no problem. Others show up and they become Jungle Fever Rangers, all of them. And apparently, for some reason, the Rhino Ranger who was whose powers were used by Emma, of course, his weapon wasn't used for some reason. It's like, okay, so they're not going to use weapons at all this time? I mean, it's whatever, though. So the monster gets beaten by, the Megaforce Rangers, Super Megaforce Rangers, of course, thanks to their, super mega weapons. And then monster grows, form Megazord, beat it, end the episode. What's very interesting happening at the end of the episode is that um, they tell the Rangers about how they met KC and all that stuff, and how he's a zookeeper. They point to see who if he was still here or whatever, and he was. Turn around and a completely different guy is there, and it's like, where's KC? And guy's like, well, there is no KC that works here, and it kind of it's like a mind fuck, but it's like an unnecessary mind fuck. It's like, why the secrecy and stuff? I mean, honestly, like, why isn't all Rangers are meeting these Rangers? It's like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's like, why only meet a few when they're basically saying they're watching. This is what Jaden said. Jaden said they were watching them for some time now. And it's like, so while they were getting their asses kicked sometimes, you guys just didn't want to help them at all. I mean, Casey, both Casey and Jaden still have their powers. They are not powerless. I mean, you can understand if they were doing tribute episodes for other Rangers who who lost their powers previously, but didn't get them back maybe until later on or something. I can understand that, but majority of these Rangers, at least from Mighty Morphin to Time Force, I would say Wild Force, because Wild Force, that Anna Mary has their morphers or whatever. Well, Princess Shade has the morphers, bitch. To the jackets too. I still couldn't understand that. Why did she take the fucking jackets? Didn't make much sense. She didn't need the jackets. She only took the morphers. Sorry, I'm just going on a random rant here about Power Rangers Wild Force at the end of the episode, end of the series episode, the series finale for that episode. Just butt the crap out of me. Anyway, so KC just, he appears and disappears all of a sudden, and it's like, okay, they clearly met him. They saw him. He was there at the zoo. So we just pretend to be a zookeeper just so he can, test the Rangers out. I mean, how did he get away with that? I mean, multiple people would have seen him. You know what I mean? It's like, what is he now using powers similar to what Master Mal taught him? I mean, I don't know. Is he using swoop technique? He must be using swoop technique or something. I'm saying swoop. The swoop technique that he, But whatever. The point is, it was a good episode, honestly. I wish there was a little bit more character development, but like I said, Power Rangers is kind of lacking. The new Neo Saban is kind of lacking in the character development. He either gives no character development and just use all action, or he'll just use the same actions and same emotions and stuff from the Sentai, but water it down so it'll be too kiddie and stuff. Overall, it was a good episode still. Hoping that Silver Lining, the new Silver Ranger, is, gonna be at least a decent actor. Why this guy wasn't chosen to be Red Ranger, who knows? Find out next time. See you later. Peace, sayonara, and all the good stuff. Bye. I'm gonna have my time with this one because I got 3 videos to upload at the same time. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, especially this one like 13 minutes long. It's like, whatever. Anyway, the point is, I'll get better at my reviews. Sorry for all the stuttering in the last 3. I'm trying to get better here because I'm actually trying to articulate my words correctly, but it's very hard because I haven't done this in a while. Like, at least on my own anyway. I've done reviews before with my my friends and stuff, but now it's a lot harder just doing it by myself because I'm the one that's talking, and I'm not feeding off any other opinions and feedback and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just saying. All right, bye.